I'll jump back over here into Aspire. This is a lantern kit. It's 24 inches by 24 inches. It's made out of 3/4 inch stock. And I can make 4 lantern kits out of these. These are like an old-fashioned Frontiersman camera. This lantern, this is the top, this is the bottom. These are the verticals. They're about 12 inches, 12 by 13 inches tall. This is where the candle goes in there. And not shown is like a dowel and some of the different things that go inside. There's some little pegs and things like that. So the CNC will do all of the work pretty much on here, and we'll just turn on all the tool paths so you can kind of have a see what it's looking at. V-carve is where it carves out the emblem on there, which is pretty straightforward. And then your chamfers is where it goes around here and chamfers all of these. And also use the cutout as far as that goes as well. And then this is your pocket holes. These go halfway through the things. And then these are the glass screws that go through there. Pocket holes and glass screws. So there's those there. And then these are the through holes that go through, and they cut all the way through the pockets, and that's air hole, and that's such a thing as that. And then your cutout for your pieces is basically all the way through there, and it cuts out all of the pieces. So first thing we're going to do is go down through here, and we're going to just make a new sheet, and we'll just go over here to sheets, and we're going to add a new one, and we're just going to call this the Frontiersman. What I'm going to do is make a hatch box or a match box. It's a flint and steel type container that fits on the bottom of these, and they'll just lock in, and it'll be an optional kind of thing that you can add into. So I'm just call it the well, it's not a matchbox, it's a Tinder Box. Sorry about that, my brain's going flat here. Anyway, so that'll be called a Tinder Box, and right now I'm just throwing it on a piece of 24 by 24 inch and that kind of thing. So the first thing I want to do is I want to grab this material right here, and let me go ahead and get this from this point right here. And we're going to go ahead and take them along with it. That should copy everything. We're just going to click under, right click and say copy to sheet, and we're going to call it Tinder Box. So it created a new Tinder Box sheet over here, and we're over there. At the same time, just before I loaded this up, I created all my tool paths and just saved them in my folder where I have all this working at, and those are my tool paths from here. So I just went up here, clicked on here, and say all visible tool paths. So I have all my layer stuff assigned to a layer, so my tool path should come into play here, just really the same way, because everything's on the tool path. So let's go ahead and import the tool paths, load tool path template, and there it is there. And would you like to apply the style template, just say no, this one sheet. Okay, so there we go there, and we have all of our layouts like that. And so we'll turn on our tool paths, and there we go there. So basically our layers are, they're not really assigned. Let's see where we're at here. Okay, there's our Tinder Box. Let's look at our layers here. So turn everything off and see what all's assigned in here and what's not all assigned in here. Okay, so through holes is on there. That's assigned on there. The pocket holes, they were not copied over there, so that one doesn't really apply here. So anyway, just looking at everything, we're going to go ahead and show all. Right click, show all, and that kind of thing. So we don't need this right here, so we're going to just pull them off of there, and let's go. I think those are grouped. So I do need to ungroup those and ungroup. Okay, so they're ungrouped, and we're going to get rid of that one. I don't need the tops because that's not part of the matchbox or the Tinder Box, so I'm going to get rid of those. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and just design one, and so I'm just basically going to take these three, take them out of the picture. Now this will have a top and bottom, and it will have a drawer, and inside that the drawer will come out, and it'll fit on the bottom of the lantern. So if you look at the very bottom of the lantern, if you lifted it up high in the air and looked at it, you would be seeing this matchbox. So basically what I'm going to do is take this piece right here, and I'm going to duplicate it for a bottom, And these have a dowel that will stick down through the bottom, so they'll engage this piece and they'll lock in this piece. I figured I'd put a dowel in here to hold them into place so that they will lock in um, into that. And that's part of holding the lantern together, and there's a dowel that comes through there. So that would be something that I would add in there. I may do something different in that respect. So first thing I need to do is just make a copy of this box right here. So I'm just going to say copy, and we're just going to duplicate. And of course, it just laid it on top there. I'm going to use my right arrow key and come over the top of that. And so this would be the top of the box. And so I'm going to change that little piece right there. And I'm going to move that over to here because this is now the bottom. And we're going to just duplicate that. Control C, Control V. I'm going to throw that back over here. And we're going to edit it. Go up here to the Design tab. Go up here to Text. And we're going to change that to top of, we're just going to put that top of Tinder Box. So we'll just leave that like that and click close. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move that up just a hair so that it's not in the way. Okay, so there's that. Let's just zoom in a little bit on that. So we have 2 boxes, and then what we're going to do here is have a box that's going to fit inside of it with a pull-out slide. And the slide will need to be something that pulls in between these pillars here or not. It all depends. I can make it actually bigger because this box here, you know, their box is basically going to be, well, let's just go ahead and do it. We're just going to copy that. Control C, Control V, and we'll move that over here. And then we'll resize that to a little bit different size. We're just going to make it the width and the height. It's going to be 0.75. So let me undo that. That wasn't what I wanted to do it. So we definitely need to undo that link. Sorry about that. 0.75 and apply that. So we have this piece here, and that's going to be sandwiched there. So we're going to hit Control C, Control V, create another one, and let's see here. Well, let's close that. I have a tendency to forget to close that thing. So when it's not working, I know what's going on. Okay, so this would be the bottom of the box. Now, I could choose to carve that out and make that a carve or make it thinner. This content right here is how big I need it to be, but I figured I'm going to put a 10 in there, and I know what the thicknesses of the 10s are. That they're about 3/4 of an inch by. Well, let me just jump out there and find out what that is. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and be right back to you. Basically, what I've gotten, these have a slide box. They're going to be a Tinder box where I'll be having probably 2 boxes in there. One will be the flint steel, and the other one will be a little char tinder where they can get something charred up with them, and a candle will go in one of these boxes. So this kit has 2 different sizes of them, and we're going to go down here and check out the size of them. Each larger box measures 3.5 by this measurement. Each is smaller or that measurement. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab this right here. Control C and Control V. We're going to copy that, and then we'll be done over here. Let's go ahead and go back over to Aspire, and we're going to just create a new text box right here, and we're going to paste that in there like that. And I'm only really concerned with the thickness of in inches. Let's see where we're at here. Let me click it, edit, undo. Let's just put it in there, paste it in there, and we'll make the text just right in there. Let's just go we'll put it in a few paragraphs just to make it a little more manageable. And like that. Okay, so each box measures. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the millimeters because I'm not working in millimeters. And then they go into that, which is the size that we're wanting, length, width, and height. And each smaller box, we'll keep that information right there. And we'll get rid of the information that we don't need, just right here. But if you're a metric guy, that means everything in there. So this is the information that we need as far as that goes. So we're going to put that, close that, and we're just going to grab this right here and throw that right over there. So we'll have that as a dimension. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a couple little squares, and we're going to put the height in inches is length, width, and 0.79. And let's see here, width would be 3.54. And let's see what that does to us there. Well, I got it backwards. Or I could rotate it. Let's just click close and rotate one time, which is R, I think. And we'll go 90 degrees and apply. Click close. So that's 110 that's going to be coming in here, and we'll move that over. That's the bigger 10. And that's showing the wide end of it. And so I do have the 2 3/6 by 79 inches, depending on how I want to store that in there. So let's just Control C, and then we'll create that one and change that size to the 2.36 by 79. Go over here and 2.36 and apply that. So there's our 2 10s, and depending on what orientation we want to put that in. Okay, so there's that and that. Okay, and what I might want to do is just bring that up over here like that, and bring this one up here like that, and just use that as a reference for the future here. So we'll put that over here on the side as a reminder. Okay, so I've got 2 10s, and then I have the, of course, that's up here. So let me just go ahead and bring that up here. That's those 2 measurements. And then I have the smaller boxes here, and I'm just going to grab those both, Control V, bring them down here, and this one here, I'm going to change it size to 315 by 59, which will be the next size, and make it 59 inches. And click apply. And then this one here will be 197 by 59. By 59. And apply. So there we go. Close that down. So those are our 2 10s. And let's just go over here and adjust that. Put a little extra space in there. There we go. Just to keep it differential. Okay, so we have 2 boxes. That's our two widths in that respect. And if we wanted to look at them from where they're going to fit in here in two different ways, we could get a copy of this one and this one, and Control C, Control V. We'll pull them down here and move them over, and we'll see where we're at as far as fit. So into our kit. Okay, in our sandwich kit, all we need to leave is just a little bit of room. You can put a partition in there and that kind of thing. These boxes here, let's go ahead and put a dimension out here just to show. Let's see here, dimension. Where am I at here? And opens picture, measure, dimension. There it is. Okay, so we'll go right here, and put it right here. So it's about 5.375 in their square. So that's going to pretty much answer that question. So these boxes here will fit inside this. So I've got to kind of figure that out. This would be a smaller box that I could use for like a Tinder, or maybe leave a candle in it as well. Just a small candle stuff, because basically what I'll do is I'll strike with the flint steel into this box. And then in this box we'll have some char material, a little char cloth, some char wood, things like that. And that would all do fit. I may, I've got 12 of these, so I could put 2 of these boxes in here, which is the wider boxes. And I very well may do that, since I have the room for it. So let's just delete that and go with another one of these guys right here. We'll just duplicate that and see where we're at here. Whoops. I'm going to edit and undo that. And Control C, Control V, and put that over here on the side of it. Okay. So what this does is this gives us kind of a virtual representation of what we got going on here. And I would probably sandwich this in a little bit tighter. These right here are, let's put a dimension in here. I think they're basically 3/4 of an inch. Yeah. And yeah, that's pretty close. 3/4 of an inch. So we'll say 3/4 of an inch on that. So basically I need to take a little square, little box, and 0.79 by 0.79. Okay. And there it is there. I'm just going to drag that over here. And I'm just using the arrow key. And what that is going to do is show me where my pins are. And this dimension right here, let's put a little dimension in right here. Right here. And we're going to turn our smart stepping off. And turn that off. Okay, and we're going to put that right there. 0.36. All right. So that's kind of where we're at there. And we'll zoom out just a little bit. Come in here. So this measurement right here needs to be 0.036. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll just take a box, Control C, Control V, and set it over to the side, and then resize it 0.036. And let's see here. The height is point. Whoops. 0.364 and apply that. Okay, and I got it backwards, of course. And we're at 0.79 on that one. Okay, so that gives us the right spacing. Or does it? No, it doesn't. I got to reverse again. Okay, let's try this again. And 0.79. Kind of funny when you get to working on this stuff, you just sit there and sometimes your brain works, sometimes it doesn't. So let me close this down so that what I'm doing with this will make sense. We're going to click on it and then drag it over here. Okay, and if I really want it to get accurate, I can zoom in to that point and bring that in right like that. Okay, so there's that, and then I can just grab these guys right here. Whoops. And Control C, Control C, Control V. Take that over here. Rotate it. And we'll do 180 degrees. And apply that. And then move that on over to the side there. Click close. Zoom in on that. And bring that over here. And then we can kind of see where we're at on that. Okay. Like I said, maybe not all that important because that end will stop inside here. This end will actually stop inside here on this box here. So because this will tie into the other two, and this could be like a screw from the bottom, that kind of deal. I don't know how I want to do that. So that's kind of the box that I'm looking at. I can either, there's various things that I can do. I can make these where they slide out, because these are the 10s. I could make a drawer where them both slide out, and then they slide back in. Probably would be better to do that because these have a tendency to get kind of hot and that kind of deal. So let's just say we move these two together a little bit and kind of center them in the opening. And then I'm going to move this one over to the center of that. And that one, the center of that one. Just leave enough of a room that they can get into. And that probably leave me, about a 3/8 of an inch pocket on the sides for coming down into that. So let's just grab one of those. And now that I got extra one there, because I just did a Control V again. So there's that. I'll get rid of that guy right there. Get rid of that one. So that would be a side. And Control C, Control V. Take that over to the other side. Okay. Kind of come up with an idea on the thickness of that. And then this piece here, let's just take these guys right here and we'll put them up there to the top, and then we'll make a slide down here. So let's just make a slide for that. And that would hold that piece together in that kind of a pocket. And then this would have a face and then a back side as well. I'll click close and get rid of those and those. Okay. So these are the 10s. Let's go ahead and put a 10. Put that right there. and click close. And then Control C, Control V. We'll grab one over here, and this will be the 10. Okay. All right. And just for sake of clarity, this would be the vertical or the class dowels. Let's just say dowels. And we want that to be smaller. So we'll make that 0.125. That's close enough. And we'll hit Control C, Control V, throw that over here. Okay. And this will be, now, there's no sense in having this thick. We could make this piece here, this is a reference of that over there. So we can make this piece here that thickness for the 2 10s. So let's just do that just for the sake of it. Let's just draw it out and make it nice and perfect. We're going to draw in there and draw these things in just a little bit. Okay, let's just draw this guy right here. Let's take it out of the picture. We'll put that right in there, so we only need that one board. And these 2 guys here will go to the end of that. Leave a little bit of stuff on that end. Same with this. And these will be like that. Now that could be glued on there, or that can be, you know, whatever. So this piece here now that's got the dowels on it, this is going to need to be pulled out because that's that. We're going to duplicate this, but probably Control C, Control V. Bring that up here to that point there. And that's our original. This is the original. We're going to call that lantern bottom. Okay. There it is there. Okay. And I should have grabbed that stuff and taken it with that. So we'll take that up to that point. Okay. And this is our top of our box. Okay. So these are going to come down. Oops. Okay. Let's turn that one off. And that one, we're going to stretch these down. Okay. They stick down right at about 5/8 of an inch or so. And they have a pin through them. Okay, let's get a pin, 1/4 inch dowel pin through them. Let's see what size those are. 0.25, I drew that one right to the right, or about an inch. So that's pretty close to that. We're just going to hit Control C, Control V, draw that over here. So there those are. Okay. Let's draw this up to that point there. And that would need to have a socket for that to fit into, which is 5/8 and 1 inch. So if I put a socket in there, okay, let's just go like that. If that fit down in there, like that. Let's make these just a little bit taller. And of course, nice thing about this stuff is once you're brainstorming, you can kind of get that in there. So those will fit down in a socket with the dowels there. And that has to have, there's 4 of them, that has to have those in there to lock in, because that locks those pieces together. So I can come in from the side with a pin, like that, if I can get that accurate, like that. The only thing is that would be a booger to try and get out of it because you can't tap them back through. So let's edit and do that. Okay, let's put them back in. And then let's look at possibly a different method, maybe a screw. This needs to be a little pocket so they'll fit down in there, but this needs to be a screw where I can put a screw into this point here. So let's just put a screw in there right there. And close that. I'll move that over to there and put another screw. Let's put a little rectangle right there. And pull that guy out. Put that just about flush. Pull that back there. Put that back there. And then we'll see Control V and move that over there. And do a 380 flip. So hit R for rotate, do 180 degrees, and apply. Okay. And that's not bad. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's go ahead and click File Save. And again, I save this as the Tinder Box build because I'm getting past the settings of that. So I'm kind of thinking on this just to see where I'm at. This part here, when I look at the other side view, I'll have a cover on the front side and the back side because these are 5 3/4. So I'll have a little more room the other direction. So let's go ahead and draw that in. But for right now, let's close the video down. All right, let's jump back over here. And so I just basically copied that, put that down here. So basically all I need to do is change the orientation of these tins. This, for example, will have 2 tins going, basically the direction of the deal. So this would be like a side view. So we're going to get rid of this tin here and here. And we're going to make this tin the length of the cavity, which will be, let's see where we're at here. 3.54 in width. So let's go over here and set the size, and I'll go 3.54 and apply that. Okay, so that'll be the side view of the tin. There'll be a little extra room on the front ends of it. And then let's look at it from a standpoint of, you know, just the whole thing there. So let's click this guy here. Control C, Control V. Let's bring him up down here, and we'll make that a square. So click close. We set our so we'll click copy and link. Control V and apply. Whoa, what did I do? Edit undo. That's what we got to do. Okay. I had my decimal in the wrong place. No. What did I do? Scale selection, job line box, 41 inches. Oh, okay. Let's edit, undo. Let's turn that off. Put that in there. Now we got it right. Okay. So there's our box there. And when we look at it from this view, we got our tins in there, our sides, and our rounds that are coming into play. So our tins will actually set, let's just grab this guy right here. Control C, Control V, bring that over here. We'll see how that's going to fit down here in our, and zoom that in. We'll get it pretty close by just looking at it. Okay. All right. And we can also do a center on the object, but then I've got those things out here on the side. So let's just click that. I'll click that. Whoops. Click that, and we'll click that, and we'll tell it to center over here. And we should be good to go there. All right, let's see where we're at here. I don't know if I got two of them in there or not. Looks like I do. Let's get rid of one of them. Okay. And get that. Get that. And delta center again. There we go. Okay. That looks about right. Okay, so that's our top of the tinder box going into the bottom of it. And there we go there. There's our tins. Our base is going to be a little bit bigger coming off the tinder box. And this will give us our notch that we're going to need for the bottom piece. And my brain's cooked, so I'm going to go get something to eat and get back to you on this. Okay, so let's say we want to cut a pocket out of this board here, right here, and we want this to move down into that, so that this will be thinner than that. So let's see, that gives us about a 1/4 inch of room there. So let's say we put a 1/2 inch pocket in here, and then this guy here would have to be down. Let's go ahead and move these two down to where they're smaller in height. Just barely above that. And then we'll move this all up into position. That makes a pull out. So we have a pocket in there to make. Let's see how that looks. We've got a little room in there to play. Where that'll move out. And then this end here would come out with a slide out. That way we could pull them out. And let's see here. This would be better off to be just a pocket that they would slide into. Or would I be better off to have a wooden box that would hold the tin? In other words, a little box inside a box. So this would come underneath that, and that housed the tin. Then we can make this a pocket that would come undone, or maybe a hinge with a clip. Put a hinge here, and this would swing down with a pin there. Let's just put a little bitty hinge right there. Let's see, Control V that. Move one of them up to that point. So there's a hinge. And then this would have a little hasp of some type that would keep it together. Something that would keep them together. Perhaps a wooden hinge. Kind of fun to make a wooden hinge. So anyway, thinking aloud there, trying to see what we got going on that, and just some various ideas. I think this would probably be better because that would come down. This would be a pocket that would be inside this. So we would need to take this guy here, and move him down into this pocket. And of course, this guy here would come out of there. We'll just latch on to those two guys right there. And Control C, Control V, and bring them down to this point here. And bring this all up to that point. Something very similar to that. So this would just be a pocket that would be sitting down in there. And this guy on this side would be up to that point there. And then our pocket down on the bottom side would just, basically this piece here would have a pocket on it. So there's that. So I just need to take this guy here. Control C, Control V. And we'll bring that up here. And this size right here, of course, the bottom of this will not have anything in it. And that would be the inner box would be out. So we would have this tin sitting in here. And we'll grab that along with it. Control C, Control V. And then we'll bring it up here and have it fit inside this box here. And that box would be 3.54. Set the size to by 2.36. And apply that. So that would go down in there. And that would be 2 tins, right? Because they're going to be stacked together like that. And we need 2 of them. Control C, Control V. Group that right now. Then we'll center that inside that. There we go. And this will be the bottom view of the top box. Top view of the top box. Okay. And then this guy will be the bottom view. See, I think I made that into a edit and do convert to curves. Yeah, that's something I've got to watch out on. Okay. So that is the top view of the bottom box. Okay. All right, let's look at this and see where we're at with all this good stuff. Okay. So this would have the hinge. Okay, so there's our 2 tins. They would be on that side. So this needs to be rotated 180 degrees or 90 degrees. Close that. C, Control V, put that over here on this side. Put a hinge in there. Put a little box over there. zoom in on that thing so we can get it to respond. Alright. Grab that thing. Grab that thing. Grab that thing. Grab that thing. These would be little bitty squares instead of that kind of nonsense. Alright. So that'll be kind of a hinge that way. Got those guys that way. Center it up a little bit. That'd be a hinge. So we'll call it a hinge. Purple clay. Move that down a little bit. Alright, come back up here and be a clasp. Control B. And we'll put a clasp here. Okay, there you go. Anyway, so that will be a pocket down in there for the tins to fit in there. And this will be kind of the side view and the top view, the top and bottom of the lantern. So these will be a little bit bigger than the lantern themselves. We'll just see what we got here. All right, so there we go. Now what we'll need to do is create pockets. I'll probably mold this over just a little bit offline here and see what I need to do, clean up my drawing just a little bit and make things more uniform. But right now, let's just close this out. Okay, picking up a little bit. I've done a little bit of work on this on the side. Basically changed the position where the hinge went. I've moved it up from the little connection here, and I moved it up to where the hinge would be right in this area here. And it was before here. I've also removed the lines that went across there that separated the tins just to clean that up. Remove the other two boxes down here that weren't really associated with it. They were just in the package that I was buying on the line and that kind of thing. This pretty much stayed the same. I did just reorganize this a little bit, make it a little more logical where the view went. And then I started focusing in on the tool paths and actually making the things. And this is the part that I came up with. This will make 4 of these boxes. Basically, this is the part that slips over the ends of the lantern. The little dowels that come out, these slip through there. and they have dowels in them in different orientations, which are 90 degrees. So they basically either fit this way or this way, and they're sometimes can be a little random depending on it. So I went ahead and just made it to where they'll slip over it. These are air hose that come down through the bottom of the deal to give it a little bit of air, and then this is a pocket. And along with that, I created the tool pass to come up with this, and there they all are. This is just basically a pocket, and these are all the way through holes. I did go ahead and put some tabs in there to hold those little parts in, and then the cutout will take place and do that. So thanks for watching with me as I brainstorm this project. I'm getting ready to cut out 12 lanterns, and this will make 4 on this one right here. Video isn't really getting into that. This is just an addition to this box, and there's my design Tinder box, and then the actual Tinder box cutout. So a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, and appreciate the patience, because this was just all recorded live. So there we go, and thank you. Okay, picking up